All right, simplify. So we want to use order of operations. Anytime we see multiple operations together, we want to use our the order of operations there to simplify those multiple operations. So I'm going to use b PEMDAS again here. And remember, brackets, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division from left to right like reading a book, addition and subtraction from left to right like reading a book. So our first example here, we have multiplication, so that's going to happen first. So 12 minus 2 times 3, which is 6, plus 4. And then subtraction comes before addition here when we go left to right. So this is 6 plus 4, and then 10. So remember, when we do the order of operations, we go from left to right like reading a book, and then we do each one of these in order. All right, example B here. So again, do we have brackets? Nope. Parentheses? Nope. Exponents? We do. So let's do the first exponent first. All right, and 2 to the 5th, remember that that is just 2 times itself 5 times, so this gives us 32, divided by 2 cubed plus 1, just bring everything else down, and then the next exponent is going to come before we do that division, which gives us 32 divided by 8 plus 1. That division will come before addition, so we've got 32 divided by 8, which is 4, plus 1, and then 5. All right, next example here. We want to do order of operations again. We do have subtraction here, but this subtraction's on the outside, so if we're subtracting two things there, right? But let's go ahead and do our parentheses first, right? Order of operations tell us to simplify inside the parentheses, so this is 14 minus 3 minus 4 would be negative 1. And then remember, subtracting is like adding the opposite, so this is the same as 14 plus 1, and so that's going to give us 15. So we can use order of operations to simplify a little bit more when we've got something inside the parentheses, as long as they're like terms, right? We have no x's, no variables in there, so we could simplify 3 minus 4. All right, next up here. Again, using order of operations, our exponent's going to come first. So this is 64 divided by 2 squared, which is 4, plus 4. Division will come before that addition. So 64 divided by 4, we've got 16 plus 4, which is going to be 20. All right, and moving right along, next example here. Inside our parentheses is going to happen first. So this is going to be 10 times 3 plus 4. Then our multiplication comes next. So this gives us 30 plus 4, and then 34. All right, and last but not least here, a little bit of combination of everything. We've got some division happening, and we've got an absolute value there as well. So remember, for absolute value, that's going to take the positive even if the inside is negative. I will suggest, though, the easiest way to think about this problem is to rewrite it. So this is equivalent to saying, we can put brackets here, 4 squared plus 6 squared, which is our numerator, divided by the absolute value of 2 cubed minus 18. All right, so you can put brackets, you can think of this as brackets around the numerator and the denominator. And then we can use our order of operations. So first thing here, I'm going to do 4 squared, so 16 plus 6 squared, divided by, just bring everything else down, absolute value, 2 cubed minus 18. And then we've got 16 plus, the next thing in our bracket is 6 squared, so 36, divided by, bring everything else down. And then still inside that bracket, I've got one more thing I can do. I can do the addition, so I've got 52. And so as you notice here, we go through each of the order of operations, our parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction in the bracket, the first bracket on the left. Simplify as much as possible. And now we're going to move to the second bracket. So I can drop the bracket here since there's nothing else I can do inside. And then divided by, let's move to the second set of brackets here. Absolute value works just like a set of brackets. So we'll simplify everything inside first. So 2 cubed is going to be 8 minus 18. and then we're going to do our subtraction, so that's negative 10, and then the absolute value tells us to take the positive of it, so this is 52 divided by 10, since the absolute value from 0 to negative 10 is 10. And so as we see here, we've slowly worked our way inside for each set of the brackets first. And then the last thing here we're going to do is 52 divided by 10. If we're dividing by a power of 10, we just move that decimal one place, so we get 5.2. So again, when you're doing these, anytime we're doing these multiple operations and we want to simplify, we got to take it step by step, right? Work your way through each bracket. Start with the first bracket on the left, then move to the bracket on the right. Simplify as much as possible, and then that'll let us come to a final step there like we saw where we had 52 divided by 10, and then we do that last simplification at that point.